Welcome everybody back with a new video. Today we're going to be talking about, well, you will find out, right? So let's talk real quick. So, let's step back all the way to the 6th anniversary. It's been about a month and a half. It was the introduction to Frenzy Plus 2. Thank God it was Aizen. To be honest, thank God it was Aizen. He finally got the anniversary unit, and he finally got a good unit, especially the first Aizen with Havoc. So, let's look at him real quick. He is the first unit ever in the game to have Frenzy Plus 2, and he is also the first unit in the game to have Weaken and Drain at the same time. He is the first unit to have two status elements at once. When he procs one, it procs both. You don't see it, but if you see one, that means it's literally proccing both, which is crazy to think about it, right? I would have think about they would have done double attributes by now, but they actually went to status elements, which is very, very good. So, after Aizen, right, he's the first unit with Frenzy Plus 2. This itself is absolutely crazy. Frenzy Plus 2 is already insane, right? So, now let's go on to the end of the month. We'll see why in a little bit, why I'm talking about these set skills. Now let's go look at Jishiro. Yes, Jishiro, boys. So, he is the first range unit with Flurry that has status elements. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's the only unit that is range, Flurry, and has status elements, which is very, very nice in itself. He also has Drain, which is beautiful, right? Very, very nice. Now, let's go look at Art Book Ichigo. Yes, another unit we have to talk about, because he is not set anniversary units, but he's still worth mentioning inside this topic, right? So, Art Book Ichigo, he is not an anniversary unit. You could consider him anniversary unit. Yes, I understand that. But yes, if you look at this, Long Stride Sprinter Plus 2, complete status immunity, and he has Marauder. Technically, he's not an anniversary unit, but he's still a special edition, so we could understand why Marauder got put on him. Just have to mention that real quick. So, now let's look at the newest unit, which is going to be Party Time Yin. This is very, very important into where I'm going to be leading to. Yin, he is the first unit in the game that is not anniversary level or anniversary time or special edition units, you know, to get Sharpshooter. He's literally the first unit ever to get Sharpshooter that is not anniversary or special edition units. Which is insane if you really think about it, because now with KLAB doing this opens the gates to a lot of stuff that could potentially happen in the future. I would not be surprised if we see Spirits Are Forever With You, any of the rounds have a unit with Sharpshooter or Marauder. I really would not be surprised, because they have to up the power creep. They really have to up the power creep. They really do. Because with Aizen, Art Book Ichigo, the 5th anniversary units, and Daddy Ichigo, you have all colors, you know, good. You have all the best units in every attribute. You don't have to worry about anything else in the game. So, I'm really curious about what they're going to be doing with Spirits Are Forever With You. I really wouldn't be surprised if we see Sharpshooter or Marauder. They have to up the power creep. So, after talking about all that juicy stuff, now let's go back to the main topic, which is going to be about T15 and T20. Yes, I know a lot of people don't do it, but it's to be expected, right? It doesn't really offer much, to be realistic here. Yes, full 7 damage and weaken defense are very, very nice. But most people don't care for more damage or weakened defense, because there's not that many people that go really hard in GQ. Have to look at it realistic in terms of everybody, right? The majority of the people don't really go hard in GQ. So weakened defense is mainly for GQ. Full 7 damage boost is very, very nice. It is T15. T15 is fine as itself. I don't mind T15, but when it comes to T20, it is a lot. So let's talk about this. I think it is very much time that KLAB updates the list. We are getting drained more often, so there should be a damage to drain enemies here. So, and then with Shuhei, well, we have damage to slow enemies already, so okay, we're good on that department. But with the introduction to Frenzy Plus 2, I do think KLAB should add Frenzy inside the list. You may ask yourself, why? Well, with Frenzy Plus 2 existing now, yes, for anniversary units, there are a lot of other units in the game that are currently old that could really make a comeback with Frenzy. Same thing with Havoc as well. I do think Havoc should be inside the list. This list has been the same for about the last, 6 months? I think it came about when Spirit Society dropped, a little bit after or before. I don't remember when it dropped. Sorry, my memory is a little bit hazy. It is currently 1 a.m. my time, so this has been out for quite a while. With Love Times 5 IT, by the way, times 5 runs, please. Same thing with Epic Raid. But let's go back to the main topic. I do think it is time to upgrade the list. Add damage to drain enemies. Add Frenzy. And add Guard Break and Havoc. Now, I would love for them not to allow us to give Frenzy +2 to every unit in the game. Yes, I would love for them not to do that. Why, you say? Well, I would love for them to still make great characters, right? So, don't allow anyone else to get Frenzy +2. Just keep it on Aizen. That's the way it is. I think it's fine if they just do it like that. But, allowing us to pick Frenzy, Havoc, and Guard Break allows us to open the gates of the past units that are not very, very good, that did not get any of those set skills. If you look at 1000-Year Blood War Byakuya, he is a perfect example of who I really want to talk about in this scenario. There's obviously other units in the game that did not get Havoc, or Guard Break, or Frenzy, right? Because there's a long list. Every mid-month in the game does not have Havoc. Some do have Guard Break, but when it comes to the NAD units, they really don't get the Guard Break, which is very, very underwhelming. And it sucks. It really sucks. We haven't had Guard Break on a unit since Kisuke, and Kisuke gets treatment. It is what it is. So, let's look at this Byakuya. 1000-Year Blood War. Fantastic. I think he has a 3KB, 1200 full screen, and he has a barrier, which is a 510 barrier, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, it's good. He has the 3KB, he has a full screen. Overall, no problem. He has bombardment. Insane. And then he has weakened defense on top of the bombardment. Now, if we are able to give him Frenzy, he will make a comeback. He will not be better than Arpo Ichigo or any. He will be up there in terms of the list, but he's definitely not going to be better than Arpo Ichigo. So, allowing us to pick Frenzy can make a lot of characters come back to life. Muramasa. Yeah, I'm talking about Muramasa. Yes, he is a 1000-Year Blood War unit. Also, by the way, I do understand that. Maybe he gets his resurrection very, very soon. But I'm looking at it right now. As the game stands at the moment, we don't know when they will get resurrection, or it's going to be a while. It could be a while. But allowing us to pick Frenzy, Guard Break, and Havoc really opens up the gates. There's a lot of units that can become very, very broken. To be honest, I do think Zangetsu is one of those, because he can be very, very great. Same thing with Soichi. We have gotten a lot of great mid-month units in this past year. So this year, Soichi, very, very good unit. No Havoc. That's really about it. Zangetsu, literally a better Mugetsu. But he hits harder. His activation times are crazy, but it's the same thing as Mugetsu. No Havoc. If we're able to give him Havoc, great. Senbon and Zakura, give him Guard Break, great. Who else came out this month? Let's look a little bit last year, right? Because these other ones are I don't really care for Sazaporo or all of them. So, Grimjow, give him Havoc. He's insane. Ikaku, give him Guard Break. Great. There's a lot of stuff we could do with Havoc, Guard Break, and what was the other one? Frenzy. Because there's a lot of other units. Now let's go back to a little bit older times. Yes, older times. There are some units in this game that does not have Frenzy, which is very, very sad, right? It is really, really sad. Or Flurry, right? Flurry, Frenzy, I'm so sorry I didn't say Flurry as well. I do think it's time. Because Yorichi does not get Flurry. The recent Resurrection Battle we did get with the Stark didn't get Flurry. So, I think it's time. I do think it is actually time. Since KLAB is pushing to a new meta. Yes, literally this is going to be a new meta. They confirmed it with the Gin, giving him Sharpshooter. We have opened the gates to Frenzy +2, which is insane in itself. I really wouldn't be surprised if we get another unit with Frenzy +2 on Burn the Witch, or any Spears That Fare With You. I really would not be surprised, since they are giving Sharpshooter away now to, more units, which is very, very nice. But overall though, you get the gist of it, right? Hopefully you do. I think it's time that KLAB actually updates the list. I really don't want that list to be there forever. I would love it to actually, KLAB updates it, give the Havoc, Guard Break, Frenzy, and what was the other one? I forgot the other one. Frenzy, Flurry, Guard Break. The ones I said before. I'm sorry, it's late. I got off work a little while ago. My memory is a little bit fuzzy right now. But overall though, you do get the gist of it. I do think it's time. It will not break the game the way it is if they add more stuff. It really wouldn't. Giving units Guard Break, Havoc, Frenzy, or Flurry would not break the game. Sure, add restrictions. Sure, everyone has Frenzy, can't get Frenzy +2. I have no complaints about that. That is perfectly fine. No one has Havoc, don't give them more Havoc. Same thing with Flurry and Card Break. You understand. It would just open the gate to use more units. And I think the time is now. I do think the time is now. Like, the power creep is already going to be insane the next couple months. We do have end of year. We do have Spirits Are Forever With You. And if you looked at round 2, Spirits Are Forever With You, was actually insane. Yes, you could say it was anniversary. That is the reason why it was very, very good. But you have to remember, for me personally, they got rid of the 2 worst units, in my opinion, being Udi and Don Kanoji, and Picaro being the less hype of the units. We still have Azashiro. We have the other Kompachis. We have Roka. The other Beyond Bankai units still yet to come. Gin, Shinji, Kisuke. There is going to be a lot of stuff. And I'm pretty sure KLAB wants to make them broken, especially because there's no 1000-year Blood War at the moment. So hopefully overall you guys do understand what I am trying to say. I do think it is time that KLAB updates the list for T15, T20. It will get a lot more people more interested into that, in my opinion. Because I know a lot of people don't like farming IT. I know that. Because there's not that much of a gain. I mean, full SAM damage, weakened defense is mainly going to be for the GQ people. And to be realistic here, you don't even need full SAM damage link or weakened defense to clear hard GQ. That is mainly to do sub 30s, sub 5s, sub 10s, etc., etc. So I would like for KLAB to actually update it, add this to a quality of life. It is going to, it's basically quality of life, right? Because I would love for them to give more skills in there, right? I think it is time. I want to use some older units. If I am able to give some older units Frenzy, especially the ones that came out in the beginning, it'd be very, very nice. But if you like, at the other hand, they're rerunning seasonals, which means that KLAB probably doesn't want to add more skills inside the list, which does hurt, right? Because we did have White Day from back then. So I really wouldn't be surprised if KLAB does not do it for said reason. So it does give them a reason to make more units. But overall, though, I do think it's time to update the list. Giving more stuff will get people to play the game a lot more. Trust me. If I'm able to get full holo here, Flurry, beautiful. I would play with him. Ashido, Flurry, I don't remember what he is, to be honest. I really don't. Now, does she have Frenzy? If she has Frenzy, let me look real quick. I don't remember her. It's been forever, right? She has Frenzy. Give her Havoc. Beautiful, right? There's so many other units I would play from back then to enjoy the game. It is very, very fun, right? I love the game. I just hope it gets better, right? So overall, though, hope you guys do understand the video, what I am trying to say. The power creep is already going to be insane. A lot more than last year. Last year's power creep was not that insane, to be honest. All we did see was the anniversary Byakuya scale once. This year they're experimenting without the 960, which is still good. It is still good of strong attack. It's not that OP, which I'm fine with, but it's still good. They are experimenting. They also gave another sharpshooter, which they are experimenting, as you can see. This year's power creep is already looking insane compared to last year. Last year's power creep really was not that much, in my opinion. If you look at it, basically every end of month was 20% Bruiser, Berserker, Havoc, and the same kit. This year, they're really experimenting a lot. But overall, though, hopefully you guys do understand the video. I did want to talk about it. I'm sorry for not uploading yesterday because I was busy. I slept in. I stayed up late. And yeah, I just got off work a little while ago. And here I am now. But overall, though, I do think it's time for KLAB to update the list. It will actually get people to actually play more because you can play with anybody, right? You can literally play with anybody with those 4 skills. If I'm able to give anybody guard break, beautiful, right? Frenzy, beautiful. Flurry, beautiful. And then as well as the other one I completely forgot about. I'm so sorry. But overall, though, that's really all I wanted to talk about. I hope KLAB does update the list. It will get people to really play a lot more because it's kind of dead, right? You don't really... I play with the same amount of people in IT that I do every day. The list is it's getting smaller. It's not getting bigger. It's getting smaller because there is no incentive to really do it. So overall, though, I hope KLAB does update the list. We shall see, right? I'm a very small BBS YouTuber. Maybe they see it. Maybe they don't. But it's just nice to talk about. Overall, though, thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you guys for a lot of support lately. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.